Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. It's currently the 4th of June 2020. Some new updates have come out to the JDAM in the FA-18C in the last couple of days, and we just wanted to clear up some confusion. We've had the in-zone launch acceptable region added, IZLAR. So to show you what I'm talking about, we're just going to go master arm on, air to ground, set up the JDAM. Doesn't matter if it's warmed up or not. Go to target of opportunity, bung a fuse on there. There, you all know how to do this by now. Release type, out of interest, auto loft is in the process of being added, but we don't have to drop queues yet, so we'll just stick to manual for the time being. Mission, we'll just designate through a waypoint. I'm sure you've all done this 100 times. Designated through a waypoint, that's done, and we've got our information here that we're going to talk about, but I'm going to put it up here where it's a little easier to see, so I'm going to put the HSI on here. There we go. In terms of this top-down graphic on the HSI with JDAM now, we get 3 range indications. That is us there, as you know. That is a designated target there, as you know. This guy is IZLAR, this circle. This guy is IZLAR. And this guy, this kind of trapezoid type shape, is IZLAR. And we need to talk about what they mean. IZLAR, as you all probably know, is the minimum range at which we can launch the weapon and have it hit the target. So if we get inside that minimum circle, then we are too close to the target to fire. This, the IRLAR, or in-range LAR, represents the range from the target that a JDAM released under the current flight conditions can still hit the target with greater than 35-degree impact angle and greater than 300 knots. It varies with altitude, it varies with ground speed and heading. Essentially, all 3 of these indicators are dynamic, as you know. They vary with our heading, our speed and our altitude. When our ship is inside IZLAR, then we will be given an in-range queue, as you've all seen, and we'll go and show that in a minute, because we will be within maximum range to fire and hit the target, essentially. Now, the new one that's been added is IZLAR, and it's this guy here. If we are within this shape here, we are no longer in range, we are in zone. And what it means is it represents the region in which the JDAM can impact the target and achieve the terminal parameters. That's the key thing. And the terminal parameters are these guys here. Now, this isn't implemented yet, but soon this is going to be implemented, where you can change the heading that the bomb comes in, the angle that the bomb hits at, the velocity that the bomb hits at. And when you can start defining those parameters, then the IZLAR is going to be very important, because you need to be within the IZLAR here and dropping the weapon to achieve those parameters. So that's what IZLAR is all about. So it's intended to provide release queues to achieve the terminal parameters, even if the current flight conditions are different from the pre-planned conditions. For instance, let's say our ingress has had to change from the plan because there is a building in the way we've just discovered. Therefore, we need to offset, say, 35 degrees to the right. Well, we can still check that we can achieve the parameters. And this is all about hitting the target accurately. In real life, getting the bomb to come from the right angle, with the right heading, the right velocity is important, because you don't want to hit a civilian building. The only thing I want to show you now is what happens when we get closer now. So we're going to get inside IZLAR. You've all seen this before, obviously. You can now see that we are in range. Now, if we speed up a little more, we're now in IZLAR. Note how IZLAR and IRLAR disappear once you're in IZLAR. And we are now in zone. We can now achieve these parameters if we have to go off mission, per se.